We are a go. All right, I'm signing off.
Okay, man.
Good evening, all. Welcome to another Friday with Axanar Confidential. I'm Alec Peters, the creator of Axanar, and you are the best fans in the galaxy. And thank you once again. Excuse me. It has been an absolutely insane day. We have 59 watching right now. Thank you so much. It's been a crazy day. Let me tell you this day. As some of you know, I was off in Texas, all over Texas. We flew into San Antonio. We drove down to Roma to try and find a dog. Last minute, Leslie Hennings, the lady who helped with the puppies, she said, "Look, there's this stray dog. Can you find him?" Sent me a photo. Went to the post office where the dog supposedly was. Could not find him. Looked all around. Went next door. They were like, "Okay, well, there's a basset hound in Rio Grande City right next door." Went, tried to find that dog. Couldn't find it. And then we drove an hour and a half to see Susan Chidester, the amazing foster mom for Caramel, and we got to spend some time with her, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But I left Dallas with Crystal and Caramel in tow at 3 this morning. Well, I woke up at 3 4 local, 3 East Coast time. We got our flight, which is out of Love Field, not Dallas Fort Worth. Got all the way over, got back to Atlanta. And then it was like non-stop. The dogs had made a mess of our bedroom. And we had 4 different dog sitters. Which was, really wonderful. And look, right out of the gate, I get $10 super chat from Fred Hensley. What, Alec? You came to Texas and didn't stop by to see us in Dallas. Scott Voigt took us to sushi last night. Sushi, the official food of Axanar. Next time we'll make a thing of it. We'll make a trip of it. So thank you very much. So we got home, I don't know, right before noon. And then it was just, Crystal's mom was here walking Pee-wee, our little chihuahua. It was just nonstop. I had a 4 o'clock phone call with one of the lawyers handling the 3rd lawsuit I'm filing in the past 12 months against people who have screwed me out of money. The first was a prop deal and some former business partners who took me out of a deal that was worth a couple $100,000. So that lawsuit's going. And then I've got a second lawsuit, which some of you know that I'm not going to talk about. But again, someone who used to work in Axanar who screwed me out of a lot of money. And then now we're working on a PropWorks deal where a company is trying to lowball us on the amount of money they owe us. So it's crazy. Like, if people would just honor their commitments. But anyway, so I had that phone call at 4, which went fantastic. He's an ass-kicking lawyer in L.A. I've got lawyers here in Georgia and lawyers in L.A., and the guy in L.A. is a badass. My lawyer here in town, Shelley Friedman, I'm in my 20th year of working with Shelley Friedman, is the nicest guy in the world. He's so super nice. He's one of our dear friends, and I know his wife and anything. So anyway, he told me once we needed an LA lawyer, and he goes, "I got the lawyer for you." He goes, "This guy's an asshole, but a good asshole. I mean, he will not let you alone." So that's our LA lawyer, who's now serving a complaint on a certain party. Anyway, so I had a call with him at 4, just because I got an enormous bill, but we worked it all out. He was awesome. He worked it all out, no problem. He's working on the 3rd case. And then at 5 o'clock, I had a call on another business I'm involved in, which went great. That call went really well. I was very happy with that. And then meanwhile at 5 o'clock, the steam cleaners are coming to clean up all the mess that the dogs made. Everyone's been cleaning up after the dogs, but They still, they're not staying in our room anymore. So anyway, we took care of that. The steam cleaners came, and meanwhile, we had a big meeting at 6 o'clock, and I'm happy to announce, you guys are hearing it first, all 86 of you, thank you. You're hearing first that I and 4 other YouTubers are starting a network, and and we'll have the official announcement will be out the next day or so. Our next show will be next Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific, our premiere episode. And this show includes JP Poole from Egotastic Fun Time, excuse me, Matt Jarbo of Three Buck Theater, and Brian and Shane from Poptastic, who are just, I mean, first of all 4 of these guys are the coolest, most fun. We had a test run today, and we laughed our asses off. It was great. And the personalities started coming out, except for JP, who was sick with a cold, who was on mute the whole time because he was sniffling and sneezing. Anyway, so the network starts next Monday. It is going to be every Monday, 3 p.m. West Coast, 6 p.m. Eastern. It will be hosted on a different channel every week. Axanar is hosting it the first week, since they were like, well, you got the biggest subscription base, so we're going to hold it, and then it'll go like probably like Matt Jarbo, and then JP Poole, and then the Poptastic guys. So it's fantastic. I'm so excited. We're just going to, every week it'll be on a different channel, but the same 5 guys. We're trying to add, we're trying to add someone. We've had a couple offers that we put out, and it hasn't worked out, but I think this is going to be really amazing. So look forward to that. That is the nerdcasters.com network. Yes, we have the URL nerdcasters.com. So that is our new network. Cannot wait. It's just, these guys are a blast. And we just laughed for an hour or an hour and a half. Yes, Catslave 56. How many cats do you have, Catslave? I love the background image you've got up right now. Yes, yesterday's Aries. This is Brendan Goodyear, who is the phenomenal artist who did all of our retro Star Trek images. He takes the Aries and he puts it in classic Star Trek imagery. The other great one is the one you may have seen, which is the Aries leaving Starbase and being chased by the Excelsior. I will, John Tessler. Give me a second. And so this is yesterday's Aries. It's one of my favorite. I am blowing this shit up and putting it on my wall. It's so fucking awesome. So yeah. So thank you for the mention of that. So there's so much going on, and we're real excited about it. So thank you all for being here tonight. This is going to be a good episode because we're going to talk about the stuff that I love, which is visual effects. Let's first talk about our Patreon campaign, Aries Studios Patreon campaign. So this is for the studio. This is not for Axanar. This is for the studio preservation of the USS Aries bridge set. We've got right now we've got a 6,000 square foot facility. We're trying to raise $4,000 a month so we can stay there, or else we'll move to a smaller facility, about half the size, a little over half the cost. But anyway, the bridge is coming along fantastic. And so the Aries Studios Patreon campaign is, it's on Patreon. You give $2, $5, $20 a month, whatever you want. And we have unique content all the time. So the blueprints for the Aries are going up there. There's special videos I do. We did a video chat just for the patrons last week. We do all sorts of stuff just for the Patreon owners. So if you like what you're seeing here, come on over to the Aries Studios Patreon campaign and become a donor. It's like, $5 a month, you get mostly everything. It's awesome. You can donate $2 a month. You can say, Alec, I'm giving you 88 cents, whatever. We just support the studio and preserve the amazing bridge set. What else? The bridge is, Dana said, I guess it was last week, and Dana was like, Alec, I'm going to be over working on on the set. So I went on over, and he had one of the things that we needed was all the plexi panels that go into since they're printed on top, the light was bleeding out the side. So all the edges needed to be painted. Dana did that on half the bridge. He took all those panels home, painted them all, and you could tell right away I walked on the bridge and I go, holy shit, that looks great. So that is coming along. He's finishing. We have got to have a competition to design the science station, the shroud, the piece of equipment that goes right there. We're going to have a competition. If any of you want to take a crack at designing the science station for the USS Ares, go for it. We want to see. I don't want it to look like TOS. You know, a little Enterprise influence, something. It's got to have that sensor shroud, whatever. Start designing. We will make an official announcement, but you guys get first crack. Let us address, of course. Michael Weir gave us a $10 super chat right after Fred Hensley. Michael Weir, hi everyone. Hope it's a great show. Michael Weir at $10. Thank you, Michael. You're our fave. Hey, Michael. The sword went. The Karn sword went out to you. From the UPS store in Charleston, South Carolina, on whatever day it was, Thursday maybe. So hopefully you get that soon. Let me know. Then we got another super chat. Not to be outdone, Michael S. Carter, the Michael and Michael 1-2 punch of Axanar, donated $20. Greetings to all. Great to see everyone. How's everyone tonight? We are all doing great, I hope. Michael, thank you so much as always. You are a total mensch, as the Jewish people say. A mensch being a person of very good nature. My Jewish lawyer number 2 told me that today. He said, "Oh, Jewish lawyer number 1's a mensch." Shelley, he said. So he said, "I don't know if you know what that is." I'm like, I do. I grew up in New York. I'm Greek Orthodox, but plenty of Jewish friends. You know, you grow up in New York, you know all the good Jewish words. Mensch is the good one. Schmuck, that's not the good one. Yes. So the bridge is looking awesome, and we're like, well, now we're like, oh, okay, the computer monitors next, and one for the pilot station, and how are we going to wire it? And yeah, it is unbelievable. It's looking so good. Okay, so what else? We're going to talk about VFX tonight. I'm going to show you a couple of videos that we have up that we really got. Listen, I got to be honest with you. I always try and stay positive, but unfortunately, our former director, Robert Meyer Burnett, who I have a lawsuit against right now, kept all the footage that was done for Axanar. He has not given us any of it. He gave me the stuff from Prelude, which I already had, and the raw footage from the Heroes shoot in Star Trek New Voyages. We're waiting for all this footage. So, unfortunately, there's a lot of footage that I would love to show you guys for the feature that wasn't made, but until Rob gives it to us, we are going to court. We are in court right now. So I'm sorry to say that. B wins $10 super chat. I'm Greek Orthodox. I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood in Kansas City. So you have all the good Jewish food, all the good Greek food. I mean, it's really, I loved knishes as a kid. Greek baklava, moussaka, galeta burrito, kateif is my favorite. Those are all desserts. I'm sure B wins. You know of all of these things. My mom did a great job. My mom's kolorakia and her cumbiedas are to die for because they're my grandmother's recipes. My aunt's actually. I have my aunt's recipes, and I actually have them. I said, "Mom, can I have those recipes?" Unbelievable. So, John Olshafer says, "Are the orthographic views of the ships of Axanar available anywhere?" They will be. So the blueprints are being worked on by Alexander Richards, and the orthographic views we have. Yes, we have. Do we have it here? I think because I'm shipping them out. I'm shipping them out. Here we go. So this poster, we made. This is Sean Tarnjo's amazing orthographic views of the USS Ares. Dun, dun, dun. I know I should have this in like. I'll put the image. I'll put the image up. But this is the. Yes. So this poster. This poster is. If you want that poster, it's $35, and all the money goes to saving the puppies. We do animal rescue, Aries dog rescue, because everyone here named it that. So, send it via PayPal. That's the only way you can get that. And we have other orthographic views, and we're actually doing a book, The Ships of Axanar. So you'll be able to see all that, all the goodness. Fred, look, I like Rob Burnett too. He's a funny guy. He's fun to be with, and he's an incredibly talented guy. But I can't. When people decide that they don't want to pay you back the money they owe you, that they don't want to do the work you paid them for, that they want to hold this equipment that doesn't belong to them, what are you going to do? It's sad. Yes, I will. Sean Lane, we will get on getting the orthographic views available for you guys to download. Mark Huther, $5. Alec, do you see there being tours of the Aries Bridge someday like they do in Ticonderoga? Also, how about a Whom God Destroy watch party? Yes and yes, absolutely. So we're absolutely. We want people to come and see the bridge all the time. Axanar is going to be the best place to do that. Everyone's already asked me about Axanar for this year. So I don't know. I don't know when. I don't know when Axanar. But if you're in town, you can always get with me, and we will try and get you over there to see the bridge. Okay. And Mike Cimmerian says one of the puppies would make a nice appearance as a ship mascot. We have an even better idea. Thanks to not my idea, one of you fans, and I don't remember who it was. Hey Trey, hey Trey, what's up? Trey McElwain, Axanar Comics, who totally blew me off. We literally drove through Austin, stopped at the In-N-Out Burger, and Trey McElwain would not see me. Now, I'm sorry, Trey, I'm giving you shit. His back was out, so he really couldn't, which is a shame, but he knows I love him. Thank you for the link to the Aries Studios Patreon campaign, Trey McElwain. Trey's an awesome guy. We love him. And we started this broadcast with 204 patrons at $1,851. So thank you very much. If any of you join, we'll call it out today. So let's talk about the VFX, okay? Because we'll get into the other stuff later. We're going to give you an update on the puppies, and talk about anything you guys want to talk about. So let's talk about visual effects. So the full Axanar script, one of the things we started doing was having Tobias work on the visuals for the scenes in the beginning, in the first third of the movie. Excuse me. And that was important. Let me just turn this down a little, see if I can, there we go. Okay. And now we're not making the first third of the movie. We're making episodes 3 and 4. And by the way, Paul Jenkins, our co-writer and director, he just sent me a message because he's finished with his little polish on the script of episodes 3 and 4. He wanted to review it before I got on, but he was too late. Paul is so fired up right now. You guys will love it. He's really excited about working on Axanar. And what we're going to do is we're taking Axanar and we're going backwards. Going to one of the earlier versions of the script and really reframing the whole thing and really thinking of really knocking it out of the park. Paul is an amazing director. He's an amazing writer, right? He wrote Wolverine Origins, the comic book. He did the Inhumans that kicked ass under the Marvel Knights imprint back in the 90s. He did Hellblazer. He worked on Hellblazer. I mean, he's done amazing stuff. So he's like legit professional writer in this, in the genre. It does genre stuff. So he's totally fired up to start working on the script again. And we're excited to have, he's so much fun. I mean, I was walking the dog in Charleston, South Carolina, and I think he and I talked for an hour on the phone while I was fighting mosquitoes and crap. So, there's battle scenes, and here are the battle scenes. So Axanar starts out with a battle scene. It starts out with the Ares taking on 2d6s. And it's a really, I had charted this battle out, and it was one of the first things I did. And I wanted to see things you'd never seen before, right? And so anyway, the one scene, the way they take out the first D6 is really cool. And it involves a lot of shooting the ships in ways you haven't seen before, right? We always try to get away from the way Star Trek did ship battle scenes. Thanks, Val. Sorry, I got to keep talking about Charleston. I'm there 3 days a week. But anyway, so the first scene, which I'm not going to show you tonight because I don't have the footage because someone's withholding it. I'll get it from Tobias, and I'll have it for you next week. Involves Garth and these 2d6s. Totally different battle, totally different tactics, things you haven't seen before. It's really, really cool. Then, and so there's that. Then the other big battle in the beginning of the film, in the first half-ish of the film, is the first encounter between the Ares and a D7. Okay, so, and I won't be giving away too much here, is there's a big scene on a planet, on a research station, where the crew of the Ares is trying to get the plans for the D7, and there's this big standoff. I call it the Ice Station Zebra scene. If you've seen Ice Station Zebra, you know the way that movie ends. If you haven't seen Ice Station Zebra, go out and watch it. Are you crazy? One of the great movies of the 60s. You have got to see Ice Station Zebra. Okay? Absolutely must. I'm sorry, no excuses. Between now and next week, you are going out to see Ice Station Zebra. Rock Hudson, Patrick McGowan, Ernest Borgnine, James Brown, freaking Lloyd Nolan, whom none of you know who he is. It's amazing. It is a fantastic film. So I want you all to go out and see Ice Station Zebra. Someone's asking me, are we going to do anything in the mirror universe? I don't know. So anyway, there's this standoff scene, and then the Ares gets chased by a D7. Okay, first encounter. And it's real obvious right off the bat that the D7 the Ares is outmatched. And they figure that out real fast. And so Garth, being the greatest explorer of his time, he's like, okay, what's around that we can use? No convenient nebula like in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. So he's like, what can we use? And there's a gas giant in the system. And so they go after the gas giant and use certain aspects. And we'll talk about it when you see the scene. So there's, listen, first of all, Tobias Richter is a god. Okay? Tobias Richter, who does all of our visual effects, is absolutely amazing. And we worship at his altar. He's also like the nicest guy in the world, right? And I met him on the set of Star Trek New Voyages. I think I've told you this before. I'll tell you again for those of you who weren't here. I mean, I gave him the script, and it was 2012, and I don't even think Act 4 was done yet. I think it was just the first 3 acts at that point. I could be wrong, but I think so. And I gave it to Tobias in the morning. I said, take a read. And so it was a location shoot. We were shooting an episode called Bread and Savagery, which, of course, hasn't been released. But anyway, released it, and we were shooting it, and we were shooting on location in the afternoon. So in the afternoon, Tobias comes up to me, and he goes, Alec, I read your script. Because he's German, so he speaks with a German accent. He goes, it's starship porn. I like it. And that was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. And so anyway, he's awesome. We love Tobias. I mean, just because he's brilliant. His work is brilliant. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And he's just fun. And he's the way he sees visual effects, right? The stuff we're going to show you. Okay, so let's get to it. Enough of me yapping, even though that's part of the reason you guys show up is to hear me yap. Let's see the first scene. I'm gonna run it for you, and then we'll run it again, and I'll do a little voiceover on it. But the first, I want to run it and let you see it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there you go. There's some good starship porn for you. Battle scenes with the Ares and some Klingon ships. All right, and you see the USS Ajax and their Sonya's ship as well. So great stuff. I mean, this is the kind of stuff Tobias has produced. This is all stuff that was produced for Axanar feature film. And will some of it make it into the 2 short films? Remains to be seen. the beauty is we've got we're going to be storyboarding the script now. I think Paul is underway with at least one storyboard artist, and so dude, let me yeah, I mean, guy, I'm going to let you. Let's show yeah. So there are other scenes, but the way things work out, you just sometimes you're like, oh, you know what? I need a starship shot. Oh yeah, right there. And some of it might be the Battle of Axanar. So we'll see. But it was all made for the feature film, and already, it was already shown. So we might reuse it. Okay, so that was that, and some good stuff. Now's the big scene. Now I'm going to show you another scene, this scene encompasses the battle with the D7 in the gas giant, and that's what it's called in the script, the Battle of the Gas Giant. So here we go. Here's some more Axanar. right, so there you go. That's the Battle of the Ice Giant. Not complete, of course, because Tobias had much more to do. But pretty cool stuff, huh? So I'll tell you a little bit about that battle. So it was important when creating the battle that we understand a couple things. One, Garth's not going to get out of this easily, right? Two, he's overmatched. The D7 is an ass-kicking ship. And so and of course, Garth has to survive, right? Garth and Ares have to survive. So you try and make it as difficult as possible. You try and make it as challenging and put them in situations that really challenge the way they think, and you learn something about them, right? So here's the way it works. So Garth, they find the D7 catches up to them, and they know they're overmatched, and all the usual tricks aren't working. He's like, get us to that gas giant. And he's like, okay, and he starts talking to Tanaka, his first officer. Okay, like, what's that planet got? What is it about that planet? And again, Garth's an explorer. He understands this. And so he wants to use it to his advantage. So the first thing he learns is something about the rings. Okay. Paul Jenkins just texted me. I was just writing this scene. And he's watching the broadcast. So we can all say hi to Paul. Everyone say hi to Paul. Paul Jenkins, welcome. So in the scene, first thing is he's like, oh, well, there's something about those ice rings, right? They're going to help jam the sensors, for example. So he's going after that, and he's using the ice rings, and he's going beneath them and through them, and he's trying to get an advantage there. But the D7 is just shrugging off the photon torpedoes and the phasers, and then they drop some photon torpedoes like mines, basically, right? With proximity fuses. So they do that, and listen, Captain of the Klingon D7 didn't just roll off the turnip truck. So he's like, he figures that out, and he blows the mines up, gets through. So it's getting, all right. So Garth's like, that didn't work. That's not working. So what next? And so he starts asking Tanaka questions about the planet. Well, what about, okay, where's the hard deck? And hard deck meaning in their terms, the hard deck is, at what point does the atmosphere of the gas giant turn to liquid, right? Because it's gaseous, turns to liquid. Trying to understand the density. What can they use? And what they do is they fly into the atmosphere, and they're like, we ain't got to stay out here as sitting ducks. Let's get into there. And they fly into the atmosphere, and they're trying. The one thing they know is the Ares is more maneuverable. That's the one advantage they have. She's smaller and more maneuverable. So even though she's a big ship, and so they use that to their advantage. Okay, I won't tell you too much more, other than obviously they destroy the Klingon ship. But the Ares gets its ass kicked, right? And there was actually a scene which I'll be talking to Paul Jenkins about. They always say in writing screenplays, like, you create a situation and then make it worse, right? Oh, there's a cat up the tree. Light the tree on fire. No, right? It's like, make it worse. And originally I had a scene in there that was that Bill Hunt wrote out. What I like, whereas at the end, the Ares isn't about to get out of this atmosphere easily. It's like taking so much damage, the gravity and this and that. And there was a little trick where Garth tells, or Leonov, the engineer, tells the helmsman to basically tilt the nose up, and because the engineer knows that with a gas giant and the atmosphere and the gravity they're facing, literally that gravity will help the deuterium flow in the reactors if the ship is pointed a certain way. And I thought it was a really cool scene, and they just get out. So that scene didn't make the last cut of the script, but Paul and I are going to revisit it, because just destroying the Klingon ship Okay, that's cool. But what about if now the planet's your enemy? So thoughts there. So that's the scene. That's the scene that we're gonna write and rewrite. And the great thing about Paul is he's willing to look at the entire script and go, hey, how can we make this even better, right? And we have plans for the full script, not to shoot as a movie, but there are other plans that some of you know about. So we're gonna keep working on that. So good time. Listen, I can't follow all of you as you write your comments and they scroll by. I can't always follow it. And so, yes, please ask Cryptic Studios to bring the Ares into Star Trek Online. They never will, because CBS will never let that happen. But they should. But let's start asking questions now. Some of you asked questions before. So now's a good time to ask them, and I'll try and answer them. I'll try and follow them and answer them. Catsafe says, if you angle the ship, you could skip the areas off the boundary between the gas and liquid atmosphere layers. Possibly. Please call out the Garth maneuver. What else you got? Yes, I agree. The Ares should be in Star Trek Online, and it should be an Eagle Moss ship. The Ares is, I mean, let's face it. Look at all the ships that Eagle Moss put out, okay? They're really digging the bottom of the barrel for some of these ships, right? I love Eagle Moss, right? I've got a few in my collection. But, you know, some random freighter, who gives a damn? Put the Ares in there. They would sell a shit ton of Ares models. But, you know, CBS cares more about whatever. Who was singing the music? We actually hired a choir to sing that music. The music is staying in, yeah, because Alexander Bornstein, our brilliant composer, was the one that worked on that. Can you get the soundtrack in the future? Yes. Stay tuned. Will Axanar continue after the two-parter with basic altering stuff different? No, look, we're never going to alter Axanar so that is not Star Trek. Okay? We'll do something else that's entirely original, but we're not altering Axanar. Axanar is Axanar. Axanar is Star Trek. That's just the way it is. All right. Listen, you guys love Axanar. There's hundreds of thousands of fans that love Axanar. CBS can turn their nose up at it because, you know, oh, we had to sue Alec. Yeah, we're going to blackball Alec because we had to sue him. Hey, it's not my fault you spent $1 million wasting your time suing some of your biggest fans. That no one told you to do that. I don't know what someone on your executive committee or whoever the hell it was told you that was going to be a good idea. You just picked the wrong fan filmmaker to sue. I wasn't going to roll over. And now you're bitter and you want to blackball me. Okay, I don't care. I don't make Axanar so CBS will like me. I make Axanar because I love Star Trek. And you guys love Axanar, and we're making this for each other, kind of, right? We're all in the same game. It's like, make the Star Trek we love. Make real Star Trek. That's not a dig at Discovery, because I like Discovery. It's just not, doesn't fit in the original timeline. Catsafe says, the Honor Harrington movie fell through. Maybe you can get the rights to that. Listen, the Honor Harrington, love it. Great property. Met David Weber, super nice guy. Not interested in playing with someone else's toys. Star Trek's the last time I do that. From now on, it's, unless someone says, hey, we want you to make the Honor Harrington movie and here's $5 million or whatever, or $100 million, other than that, original IP, that's it. And we've got something. We've got something that's, kind of Star Trek meets Game of Thrones in the, in the far future after the Federation. It's really cool. All right. With the loss of Richard Hatch, will you be using VFX to insert him? I really can't tell you what we're doing there because there are a lot of different things are happening there with Richard Hatch. I can tell you that we have another Klingon who's Karn's mentor, Moreau. I've talked about him. And he will play a major part in the film. So stay tuned for that. I would love a live Axanar concert on the stage in a theater full orchestra. So would I. That's a great idea. No one said that before. Is the Ares engine room closer to the NX-01 or the Constitution? Wow, I don't know. Let's see what Alexander Richardson comes up with. Right. My guess is going to be closer to a Connie. Closer, but not so big, because they don't have as much space, right? So maybe it's more of an NX. I don't know. Let's see what Alexander comes up with. Brian Kesterson says yes for someone willing to keep Trek as Trek. Yeah, look, there's Star Trek, and then there's other Trek. Star Trek is the original timeline, and it starts with Enterprise, TOS, Next Gen, D69, Voyager. That's the timeline. And Discovery doesn't fit in that timeline. That's not to say it's not Star Trek. It's an alternate timeline, which they're basically admitting now. It was never, it's, if they're going to say it's Prime Universe, that's fine. It's not the original universe. That damn Yankee, Connecticut lurking. Hello Connecticut. Michael Weir, $20. Super chat. I would pay good money for an XL of the Ares. An XL. Oh yeah, an Eagle Moss XL. So would I. Right? That would be killer. They would sell a shit ton of those too. But listen, if CBS gave Eagle Moss the rights to sell it, and the Ares then became one of their top 10 sellers, how embarrassed would CBS be? So CBS will never let that happen because they don't want to be embarrassed by the success of the Ares. It's that simple. Please be careful, Alec. 15 minutes. Make sure you can produce episodes without lawyer sharks jumping in the boat. Yeah, that's why, honestly, we're not going to be giving you a lot of details about the shoots. We're not going to be telling you what the budgets, are going for and where it's going and how we're spending it. I don't want CBS lawyers saying, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. You know what? I know what the settlement says, and I'm going to live by the settlement. But I don't need anyone mucking up in my business. CBS is like, Sean Thornton says CBS is like Chevrolet. We build it, you buy it, and like it. Shut up. Nathan Skiekwa. Wow, that's a great name, Nathan. What kind of name is that? You rock, brother. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. David G. Sound says, keep Axanar fucking Axanar. We love you. Thank you, sir. Mean Guy says, can we throw scripts at you for advice on your Axanar universe? Okay, so that's a good question. And one I'd love to answer. So I am so buried right now. I have never in all my 58 years on God's green earth been as busy as I am right now. It's out of control busy, right? We're doing the studio. We're doing this YouTube stuff to support the studio. We're in pre-production on Axanar. Okay. I've got a full-time job. It's really like a part-time job, but it's a full-time job in Charleston, South Carolina, 5 hours from Atlanta. So I drive down on Tuesdays. I coach volleyball Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights, and I drive back Thursday night. So yeah, I'm busy, right? So that's keeping me busy. And then we got everything, and then I'm doing dog rescue, as many of you know. And then I have this lovely young lady, Crystal, who I've got to pay attention to her too, right? So life is busy. I have like 300 emails in my inbox, and that's after I got rid of all the junk that I need to deal with. And that takes a lot of time. I have no time to read anyone's script. None whatsoever. However, short stories, quickies, stuff like that, summaries. People have sent me stuff and I've said, okay, here's how it would have to fit in the Axanar universe. Here's what you'd have to change. Here's what I like that you're doing. Here's what I'd like you to change. So I love the fact that people want to build on the Axanar universe, and I want to support you and help you. So it's really a matter of how. Don't send me a 100-page script. I'm never going to read it. But you send me a 3-page synopsis, I'll read it, and we'll talk. We'll shop on Facebook and talk. Whoops. Wow, see, I get so far behind, and then Oh yeah, we need to also raise money for Stogie's computer, because Stogie doesn't work because he's slightly disabled from a bad car accident. So we're helping him get a better computer. We'll talk about that a little later. Yeah, I'm not going to bash Star Trek Discovery. And yes, as many of you know, we have Daedalus class ships as hospital ships. Yeah, there's got to be a 1/1000th Daedalus class, isn't there? Does StarCraft make one? I'm trying to scroll through your questions here. Catslave says, will you be able to use a Connie in Axanar? Yes, we can use a Connie in Axanar if we were so inclined. Sean Lane says, I think you should make a show about the Romulan War before the Federation was formed. Thought about it. Believe me, we've thought about it. Will we ever see Garth captain a Constitution class? That's a good question. Right? Supposedly he takes over the Constitution. That's what David Goodman wrote in his History of the Federation, I believe, which is not in my canon, but we'll see. Let's see. Alec, form a group of producers that can find the loopholes in the guidelines to produce the entire feature in each of their own 15-minute segments. Listen, that's easy. Different producers produce different parts of the script, right? And I have nothing to do with those. I got to act, but you could easily do it. That's an expensive proposition. Let's see what else we got. Next project, Battle of Donatu 5. No. Let's see. Yeah, we do need a good 160 650th. Is that the size, or is it 1/537th? What's the size of the Master Replicas Enterprise and the one that the Enterprise A model kit is done in? What is that? Is that 1/650th, 1/537th? I never remember. When are we going to learn more about the Ares universe? Constantly. We're going to constantly update you. What happened to the Pegasus? Which Pegasus? Sean Thornton, Axanar is real Trek, not that crap from CBS. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. MG, so when is this finally going to be released? I've done it like 3 times and still no end. You probably donated twice because we had 2 fundraisers. We talk about this all the time. All right? Read the stuff online. Watch our videos. We talk about it constantly when this is going to come out. But, people jump in and haven't paid attention for 2 years and like, what? Look, I can only repeat myself so many times. I hate the way sometimes YouTube really pisses me off. MG, when will this finally be finished? You asked already, asked and answered. MG, go back and read the road to production. Okay. Carlos Paez, the good guy, Carlos. Great work, Alec. I'm a sci-fi author from Chile, and I love Axanar. Thank you, Carlos. Greatly appreciated. We'd love to learn about your works and share them with everyone here. 1/350th? Yeah, maybe that's right. 1/350th, Marcus. Will there be a 4 nacelle Ares class? No, that wouldn't be an Ares class, would it? John L says, I would love to see you create a series of Star Trek History Channel shorts in the same format as Prelude to Axanar's. Thanks. Yeah, we've thought about it. Let's see. Yes, the Catslide 56, the Pegasus was the ship with the Federation cloaking device that got stuck in an asteroid. Yes, it is. Will there be more facet designed ships in the upcoming episodes? Probably not. We've kind of got our we've kind of got our ships. We're adding the Daedalus class hospital ship, the Capellan frigate from Squadron Strike that Ken Burnside did. We're going to add that in, but that's about it. Michael S. Carter, any Orion slave girls in Axanar? Just curious. Old men want to know. No, there are not. It's not that kind of Star Trek. Right, Sublet. I rewatched Whom Gods Destroy last night and really enjoyed the little plot points discussed in the TOS episode. Yeah, it's great. Tell me you don't get chills at the end of that episode. Yes, Axanar comics are awesome. Go check them out. Hello, Lynn Marie Panzarino, one of our regulars. Oh, yes, we got your Patreon contribution. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Smoky Mirrors. Hey, Alec, make sure there's a photo of you sipping on a Cuba Libre or on an Aruba beach 24 hours before Axanar is released just to drive us fans crazy. Eating sushi, right? Yes, B-Wins, I do need someone to watch the chat and PM me the questions. That would be really nice. Are you offering? Someone please offer. That would be so much easier than me actually having to watch them. And here's Crystal is home. Crystal was out shopping at Walmart since we were away for the past few days. She's going to come and join us a little bit with our special guest star. Would History Channel pieces be subject to the CBS restrictions? Probably, if they're fan films. Oh, excuse me. I was up at 3 this morning, so, and I haven't had a nap, so it's been a rough day. Does Captain Garth like drinking Romulan ale? I don't know. Don't all of those captains like drinking Romulan ale? We'll see. $5 super chat from Dave G. Sound. Thank you, sir. Okay, that's my dinner. Wife says you can stay at our house in Arlington when you come to DC. Thank you very much. I like your wife already. Love DC. It's a great area. Alec, does Crystal like beachy jewelry? I don't know. Val, friend her on Facebook. Talk to her directly. Oh, that's an interesting. Smoky Mirror says, hey, Paul Jenkins, please consider an inspiration from Colonel McQueen, referring to Space Above and Beyond, with Garth having a drink at a Federation bar, staring at empty seats of other captains, then the first encounter when the bartender asks. That's interesting. Mark Hewlett, Alec, what do you eat for breakfast? Just wondering what gets you going for the day. I don't eat breakfast. I will typically have a protein shake or bulletproof coffee, if you know what that is. So that's kind of it. I'm trying to, I'm one of those people who believes in limiting your food intake in the morning because your body, there's a whole train of thought now called intermittent fasting, which is like you only eat for 6 to 8 hours a day, like noon to 6, noon to 8, and then you don't eat the rest of the time. It allows your body to recover. And I've been reading about that for years, so I've been doing it, and that's kind of what I'm focused on. Alec, in Prelude to Axanar, it was said the first test of the Ares was the Pegasus. It was Operation Pegasus. It was Operation Pegasus. It wasn't Pegasus. Wasn't a ship. It was Operation Pegasus. Where are the aft torpedo launchers? Aft? You can see them in that picture right there. So are you going to have Caramel do a cameo on the USS Ares? I can't say. What is bulletproof coffee? Bulletproof coffee is coffee with MCT oil, which is coconut oil, and a tablespoon of grass-fed butter. And what that does is you blend that in a blender, and the butter acts as heavy cream. Right? You can use heavy cream, and makes it really rich and creamy and satisfying. And the fat keeps you satisfied till lunchtime. And it's very healthy for you, actually. The MCT, the coconut oil, is very good for you. Yeah, torpedo launchers are right there on the top. Just look along the spine of the Ares. A Dig Outlaw says he's a doctor. Good diet practice, Alec. See? I told you. Michael Weir, another $10 super chat. Okay, what's bulletproof coffee? So I just told you. Thank you. Yeah, it's counterintuitive, but you put in a tablespoon of butter, grass-fed butter, good healthy stuff. Alec, do we know what an Ares shuttlecraft looks like? Yes, I do. We'll show it to you. So yeah, okay. So hopefully that answers many of your questions. There we go. We will continue. I mean, what we really need to do also is a lot of you people have been asking for merchandise and such, and it's a touchy subject because of the settlement. What the settlement says is actually a little ambiguous. Like we can sell certain things and not other things, and we've just kind of stayed away from it all. But others are talking about that, and that's cool. I don't know what Valhalla Java is. Carla says, what about a character, maybe a captain named Vonda, an homage to Vonda McIntyre? Well, there's a lot of people I would like giving an homage to. But you can't populate your pages with nothing but homage. And I will say that I do, and let me find it. Let me find it here for you. I got an homage, which was really nice. I got an homage from David Gerald, and some of you have, if you follow me on Facebook, you may have read it the other day because I reposted it. David's a really wonderful guy, David Gerald, and you saw him on here. We had him here on Real Trek, on that show, talking about stuff. I love him. Because he's honest, he's real. He doesn't bullshit you. David has no time for bullshit. And he has inherited the mantle of the old curmudgeon that Harlan Ellison left when he passed. But if you're my Facebook friend and you go back, scroll back a little bit, let me just see. It was just the other day. It was on March 8th. And this was David Gerald's homage to me. Now, David Gerald had worked with me as a producer on Star Trek New Voyages, and we got along great because he knows that I'm no nonsense, and I get shit done. That was my thing with the people up at Star Trek New Voyages. Is like, look, I'm not here to screw around and have fun and play Star Trek camp. I'm here to get shit done, and I volunteered and when David was sick during the Holiest Thing shoot, he and half the crew were sick. They went down, and nothing was getting done on set. Nothing. I mean, because God bless all those volunteers. They're all very loyal to James, and they all try really hard, but they don't always get a lot of work done on time. And I know when Milton Santiago came up for the Heroes shoot, he was really frustrated at times. Because, listen, they're volunteers. They're not pros. They don't do it. They've never had serious training, right? So you cut them some slack. But anyway, during the Holiest Things shoot, David was there, and everyone was sick, and nothing was getting done. And I finally I was set to leave the next day, and I called David up, and I said, David, nothing's getting done. I said, this is a disaster. I said, if you give me the go-ahead, I will take over. And James Cawley just had another tantrum and stormed off because someone had painted something the wrong way. It happens every shoot. James would storm off the set for some nonsense. And then everyone was like, well, what now? So I just had no patience for that crap. And I told David, I said, David, I will postpone my flight home and I will take over as producer and I'll get this ship running. And he said, yep, do it. And so we did it. And I pulled the crew together and I said, all right, here's the schedule for the rest of the day. I turned to the gaffers. I said, can you hit this schedule? Yes. I turned to DP. Can you hit this schedule? Yes. We just went. I said, okay, then that's scheduled for the rest of the day. And we hit it. And then the next day, and basically I ran out. So David knows that I'll get shit done. So this is what David wrote, did me the honor of writing into one of his stories. He sent me this message. I just wrote you into a story. And this is what he wrote. In fact, the more I thought about it, the more certain I was that it was one of Pesky's impractical jokes. Like the time he sent Alec Peters scrambling all over the valley from one electronic parts store to the next, looking for a left-handed Mobius wrench. Of course, you don't fool around with Alec Peters. He actually came back with one. And that was really sweet of David. And it was telling because David just doesn't write you in. He's trying to tell something about you, something he perceives about you. And that was a great honor for me that he wrote that about me. And I'm thrilled because I love David. He's an amazing guy. He really is. Hey, listen, he's, as many of us are, he's got a big ego and he knows what he's good at and he doesn't mind telling you and he doesn't suffer fools easily. But it was at his 70th birthday party that I met Harlan Ellison with Doc John Muntrath, who played Dr. McCoy in the early Star Trek New Voyages episodes. And we have a photo together and it's great. And we it was wonderful to meet Harlan and talk with him because he was every bit the curmudgeon he claimed to be. Okay, what else we got here? Warpig in the house. Okay. MG, I told you twice, and now you're gone. Warpig is back in the house. Oh, okay. No, we just need another chair. Or are we going to share this chair? All right, so now let's... some of you know about this. I am inviting Crystal, my girlfriend, onto the set. I know that's a strong word, the set, right? Oh, but we've got a special guest star here. And it is Caramel, our little puppy. Oh, I love you, sweetie. So this is Caramel, who many of you donated to help save. Now, Caramel was the one who was healthy and didn't have to go and stay at the vet. She got treatment at home by Susan Chidester. And, you're such a sweetheart. So we went down and picked her up from Susan and drove from Harlingen, which is right all the way down by the border on the Gulf Coast, all the way up to Dallas. Yeah, she stayed with us in our bed. What are you biting on me? Ow! And she likes chewing on everything. Yes, this is Cara. So Randy says Caramel looks great. She's 11 pounds. Make the screen bigger. Let's see. I'll move it back. Let me move it back so you can see a little more of Caramel. You can put Caramel on we'll put her on the table. Right. Okay. So there she is. And thank you for everyone who donated to the puppies. Caramel, as you can tell now, is 11 pounds. She's 10 weeks. Oh, and she's a handful when she's not tired. She got a tranquilizer to fly in the airplane, so she slept the whole time. Oh, you want my food? She probably wants my food because my dinner is here. Yes, it is a lively puppy.
Yeah, she feels fine now.
Yeah, she already chewed through one of my Wi-Fi connections. So yeah, sweetie. Oh yes, stop biting, stop biting. What? Yeah, sometimes you just can't get her to stop. And so you're such a sweetie. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Looking good.
Thank you.
With a cute puppy in your arms. So yeah, so chewing the mic. Captain Jesse says, Alec Beach, what are you eating? Well, before we went on, Crystal made me some turkey meatballs. And what was that amazing? It was quinoa
and like a spinach veggie mix.
Yeah, because I'm fat right now, and so
Me too.
she's got. No, you're not. So anyway, we're trying to eat healthy, and I had a salad for lunch and all. So yeah, so trying to eat healthier. Get her. Oh yeah, we have bones for her. Believe me, and she loves going through them. Your parrot is a rescue, Mike Cimmerian says. That's interesting. Oh, that's very cool.
What kind of parrot?
What kind of parrot, Mike? Tell us. Yeah, we know. Yes, we know CBS is being sued for copyright infringement. Yeah. What? Well, okay. You're such what? She's so. She's
much
such
attitude.
a lot of attitude. It's funny because sometimes she's just like the sweet. What? Right? What?
She's throwing a fit because I won't put her where she wants.
Where does she want to go?
Your food.
Oh, you want my food? Well, I don't know if that's doggy approved.
It is not doggy approved.
That's quinoa. I don't know if doggies can have grains like that. So anyway, there you go. Hey, Trey, you're not helping here. Axanar, yeah. So yeah, what's that? Never work with animals or kids. Never follow animals or kids either, right? Are you going to command your own ship in the Ares verse? Yes, Cameron is definitely saying hello to everyone and saying thank you because a lot of you all donated to save Caramel and her siblings. So we want to thank all of you. I don't think Garth has a dog.
He's a fish.
Yeah. So anyway, what? Oh, you're going to chew on my Axanar shirt, sweetie? Huh? Yeah, she's really a sweet dog. Even despite her
she has temper tantrums every once in a while.
Yeah, she has tantrums, but generally she's a really sweet dog. Now listen, Caramel, we are fostering Caramel. We're not adopting Caramel because she's going to become a big dog. She's probably going to be at least 50 pounds, right?
That's...
Yeah, and she's like, yes, I'm going to be 50 pounds.
So
Caramel is going to be put up for adoption, and we're looking for a great family for her. Believe me, if we had a ranch, we would be keeping her. We would be keeping her. Yeah, and so if you're interested in adopting Caramel, please let us know because I would love Caramel to go to an Axanar fan. That would be amazing. Yes, I know, Val. I'm gonna have a hole in this shirt if she wants to chew on everything. She watched me taking a shower before and just moaning and groaning. She wanted into the shower.
Oh,
as soon as I opened the door, she
doesn't like it when you're in the shower.
Yeah, she dove in. Michael, Weir said, you have 6 dogs, Michael? Okay, that's crazy.
That's how many I had when we met.
I'm like, that's true. You're crazy too.
I am.
Yeah, Charles Williamson says, I wish I could take her. I want a dog, not a cat with attitude. Okay. Well, that's good. So anyway, questions about Axanar visual effects. Is there any left? I will continue to. I'll talk to Tobias and get some more visual effects that he did for you, and we'll share them with you. Livery Panzerino. Don't forget Dubert if you need transport for puppies. Planner the Cable Guy. Hey, I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. I hope you're doing great. Is JP going to command his own ship in the Ares verse? I don't know. Maybe we'll have another captain named JP. So we'll see. Yeah, everyone rescue dogs. Don't ever buy a dog.
Adopt, don't shop.
Adopt, don't shop. Exactly. Tobias uses Maya as far as what he uses to do work. So yeah. Any other questions? Captain Magnus, yes. That was a cat. There's a character named Justin Magnus in one of the books, my favorite books when I was younger. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool to use that again. I have no idea. Smoky Mirrors, you need to ask Tobias those questions. I don't know. Why do you make photon torpedoes so powerful in the battle sequence? Normally in Trek it shows it takes a few torpedoes to completely destroy a ship. Yeah, listen, there's always a give and take with the VFX producer, and Tobias and I have talked about things like that, and also some of it's in the script, like, because I don't try and make torpedoes too powerful. So yeah, so we're aware of that. Fred has the Q factor's off the scale with caramel in the water bottle. Any updates on when the orthographic images of the ships will be released for Axanar? I'll try and get some of them out because some of them are done already. Ocean says, what do you think about Star Trek Online? I haven't played it in years, but I liked it when I played it. Charles, I have no idea. I will get Tobias on our show one day. I promise. I'll probably have to tape it, but we'll do that. I think photon torpedoes is supposed to be more powerful than you. I know, yeah, probably. Why are the Axanar torpedoes red, not blue? I don't know. I think that was Tobias's call, I think. So, yeah. Have you used Starfleet battles as basis for the fleet tactics when you dreamed of the engagement for Axanar? No, because let's face it, Starfleet battles is kind of two-dimensional, right? Are you chewing on my desk? Really? This dog is chewing on my desk. No, you can't have the wire either. She's okay. Oh yeah, it would be cool if you could do an Axanar Confidential from the Bridge of the Aries. We've thought about it, and we will figure a way out to do that. I got to compete now with the dog, with the cute. Hi, what? Well, oh, sweet. So yeah, so we would love to do something. Oh yeah, she's got her baby teeth in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Believe me.
I almost got another piercing.
So Silver Bullet, you were at Disney World or Disneyland? Alec, what mic do you have? I've got a new microphone a month ago. I have a Yeti Blue. It's kind of standard among a lot of YouTubers and such and podcasters. It's a really good mic. Puppy breath is the best. I don't know about you, War Pig, but I don't think so.
You miss it.
And especially this one is, boy, Caramel has been farting up a storm. Let me get back to center. That's
because of the bone we gave her.
Yeah, we're upgrading the mic system here absolutely soon. We got to work on stogies. Well, yeah, of course, in a competition with Caramel, she wins. Yeah, the Yeti is a great mic. So let's see. All right, Brian, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Your dog's like eating aluminum. What are you doing, huh? Yeah, sweetie. So anyway, I thought you all would like to see Caramel, see the dog you guys, many of you donated to help rescue, and how big she is. Now, if any of you know of anyone looking for a great dog, a little lab mix.
Hound dog, too.
Yeah, a little hound dog in her. Please let us know because we would love to find a great home for her amongst Axanar fans. Yes, thank you, Cat Slave. Caramel is adorable. So, Sean, we didn't make the clips. Tobias Richter did, and we'll interview him and talk about the clips, and he'll tell us all about them. Okay. So, Planner, the cable guy, yeah. Alexander Richardson is making blueprints now. So there you go. By the way, we're going to talk on Friday. We're going to talk fan films, and we're going to talk Star Trek Discovery. And what are you going to? What? And the episode 8, which I've not seen yet. I think I'm on episode 7. Episode 8 is coming out, or came out, and everyone tells me it's amazing. So, listen, I know people love bagging on Star Trek Discovery. And what? Here, give it. What? Oh, yeah. No, I guess that's not enough anymore.
She's over
So yeah, I'm not gonna beg on Star Trek Discovery. Okay, this season has been significantly better than the last season. Yes, I hated the last season, and I will continually say it's not in the original universe. Maybe Prime Universe is what JJ's universe is, an alternate shoot off of whatever. That's fine, whatever. But I like Discovery this season. Also, Alec, did you like the Kalon 2-parter of Orville? I haven't seen the second part yet. Have I? Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
It was great.
We saw it.
It was great. It was awesome. Amazing stuff.
Yep.
Fred Hensley gives us another $10 super chat. Got to run, gang. Great job, Alec. Crystal. Have a fine evening. Stogie, please send me some tech specs on what you want for a PC. Yeah, if you can help Stogie with his PC, that would be awesome. Yeah. Oh, she's got a bottle. What are you gonna do? Anyway, I think that's it for now. We're gonna just devolve into puppy love and talking about what we're gonna do with Caramel tonight, because she's a handful. So, any last thoughts, any of you, before we sign off? If so, put them in the chat. Let's get going. I want to thank you all for coming in tonight. Hopefully, this is the beginning of the start of the Axanar VFX episodes we do. I'm going to try and get an interview done with Tobias Richter, and I think that'll be great. And once we get that interview done, I'll broadcast that. He's in Germany, of course, so we'll probably record that beforehand and air it, and then maybe we'll do it in 2 parts so you can ask questions and I can ask him those questions as well. Silver Bullet, no, we don't need background actors for Axanar just because of the way we shoot it. And there were some people who already paid for that, and we're going to have to take care of them at the big location shoot we do. Hey, Raymond Moore. Good time to go to bed. Yes. Hey, Charles, I will touch base with you shortly. Thank you so much for being such a loyal fan. Cat Slave says, put Caramel in the dry bathtub and toss a tennis ball in with her. She will love it. Oh, my God. What about Nog, Alec? Aaron Eisenberg. Yes, I sent him a message tonight. Hope to hear back from him and have him on Real Trek. So there he is. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time so much. As always, live long and prosper. Live long and prosper. We're going to do that t-shirt, by the way. And keep you posted. But yeah, listen, I can't wait till the cameras start rolling either. I'm going to go talk to Paul Jenkins now. And whatever, any ideas you guys have, shoot them our way. Oh, we're going to have a big, we're also talking about the Axanar garage sale, which is basically I clean out my garage, which of course is all geek stuff. So comics, games, Star Trek, books, graphic novels, all that stuff. We're going to do a big Axanar garage sale and as a fundraiser, and I will post more information about that as we get going. All right. So thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Good night, Trey McElwain. Good night, Stogie, my loyal producer, who I love dearly. He's awesome. Good night to all you, Lynn Marie, Val, Wright, Charles Williamson. All you guys are amazing. Yeah, we'll do and we may well do a live stream this week just to have some fun. Please go to our please go to our Patreon campaign and Area Studios and donate. See if we got anyone else tonight. Did we get any additional people? Sir, 2 more this tonight. So thank you very much. 2 of you joined our Patreon campaign. We appreciate that greatly. And who joined? Let's see if I can see who joined. I gotta see if I can figure that out. Max Wilson and John Gingras. You both donated, it looks like, recently. So thank you so much. We greatly appreciate that. We will have let's see, Max Wilson, John Grigas. Yeah, thank you, both of you guys. And we'll have more exclusive content up on our Aries Studio Patreon campaign. So until then, live long and prosper, everyone. We love you guys. Take care.